What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay, I don't know if this is a band or an artist. I'm gonna assume band. Let's take the band route here. Making their debut on the channel tonight. I hope it's a band. We have Zilqy. Yes, indeed. How about that? Zilqy making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bot, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, SMB. Hope you enjoy the show. SMB wanted to see me react to this. It is Zilqy with a tune called Carry On. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Zilqy. Shocking. And the video has 393,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Zilqy, sure, why not? Carry On music video. It doesn't say official music video, so hopefully we'll be safe. I guess we'll have to wait and see and find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
to
try to keep a straight face, and I just can't do it. All right, nope. This is why I don't play poker. I am digging, I would say, about 90% of what I'm hearing. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm really digging about 90% of what I'm hearing. There's going to be some issues, obviously, when they come to play this song live, with the digitals. You know, the digital, the digital track usage. It's going to have to be tracked. They don't have a keyboardist, so at least not that I've seen. So they're going to have to use track. There's no other recourse. They're going to have backing track playing behind them through the entire song. Now, having said that, though, that's the only real hindrance I see. Everything else, I'm digging. I'm digging the guitar playing. I'm digging the bass playing. I'm really digging the drumming. And believe it or not, I'm really digging the vocals. Yeah, when she gets up into the higher register, I'm not gonna lie, it gets a little pinchy. It does. It gets a little nasally, but it's still strong. It's still powerful. It's still projected well. So I would be really curious to see this in a live setting. I really, really would. I would love to see how it sounds. Because, listen, it's one thing to do it in studio. It's one thing to do it in studio when you can, say, cut, let's try again. Take 2, take 5, take 17, take 42, whatever many takes you need to do. It's one thing to do it in studio. And you also have Pro Tools there to help you out if needed. That's one thing. But doing it live, one take, you get one shot. That's all you get. That's a completely different animal. I have every confidence, guitar, bass, drums. I believe wholeheartedly they can do it live. I would like to believe that the vocalist can do it live. But let's be honest, she's in this studio recording. She's really pushing. She really is. If she could do it in a live setting and nail it, that would be even more impressive to me. It would be. So I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that we get to hear this and see this live at some point, or maybe I'll just do it on my own. That's possible too. But I'm digging everything I'm hearing. The groove, the tempo feels nice. They're playing with feel, halftime, straight time, and double time. They're doing all three within that one tempo. It feels good. They're not changing too frequently. They are changing frequently, make no mistake, but they give the listener a chance. So like when they switch to halftime feel, they give the listener a chance to get into that halftime groove and, settle in and enjoy it before they switch gears again. They're not changing every 2 measures. It's not enough time. So I appreciate that. It shows some nice depth. It shows some nice variety. It shows some nice evolution within the song. So I like the riff, the main riff. I'm really digging it. Instrumental, everybody sounds good. I got no issue with the instrumentation or the vocals. So yeah, so far, like I said, 90% of what I'm hearing, I'm digging. Absolutely. Let's keep going. That's all going to have to be tracked. That little pull down in tempo, just jun, right back up again. That That was clean. That was clean. Right back up again.
Start the fire from inside.
Nicely done.
There's ways to make tonight, but we carry on. Oh, we carry on. Fortune fire came to life. Put this misery behind, and we carry on. Oh, we carry on. Fortune fire came to life. Put this misery behind, and now gotta find a way to survive. Gotta find a way to survive. This is a new world, a new world, a new
I like it. I like it. Yeah, like I said, I like 90. Well, I mean, honestly, I like everything I heard. There's going to be some issues when it comes to playing live, obviously, but then again, they've probably figured it all out already. You know, backing track usage, yes, it's going to have to run, and the track is going to have to run through the entire song. There's a lot of electric elements in there, electric beats that are in there. They're gonna have to just play it through the entire song. But having said that, and of course the vocals. I'm gonna have to see how she does in a live setting. But other than that, those are my only question marks. Everything else, I thoroughly enjoyed. I didn't just like it; I really liked it. So, how is all of that going to translate into a score? That's a great question. Not 100% sure yet. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Zilqy with a tune called Carry On. This was a request from SMB. And this was actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, SMB. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, I got a score. The score makes perfect sense to me. I'm really hoping it makes sense to you guys as well. Hopefully you can see where I'm coming from on this. I'll give all my reasons, I promise. So let's get started here, and you'll see how you'll see what the score is and how I came up with it. Starting off with that score, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1, what does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great skill rating because overall, I think this was a great song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, an A-. So there you go, an 8.1, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Well, so glad you asked. Okay, let's just get this out of the way, because I'm sure people are wondering, I'm sure people are curious if I recognized anybody. Well, here's the thing. I knew that was Toki from Aldius, and I knew that was Miho, formerly from Love Bites. SMB told me. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my God, is that? No, I'm not going to, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, all right? SMB told me that this is their new project, this is their new band, so that's been addressed, okay? Let's just get it out of the way. I'm glad to see that they're working together. I'm glad to see they're both doing work. I'm glad to see that they're both in a new band that is got a lot of potential going for it. Not gonna lie. Just looking at this one song, if this one song is any indicator of their direction when it comes to songwriting and execution, showing off their musicianship, their vocal ability, while writing some very catchy tunes. This band is going to do well if this song is any indicator. You hear me talk about simple being effective. You know, you'll hear me say that a lot on this channel. Simple can be effective when it's done properly. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The riff that they came up with, the riffs, multiple riffs that they came up with for this song, they are not complicated at all. They're really not, but they are done very well, very tightly constructed, very tightly executed. Not only are the chordal progressions catchy, easy to follow along with, but you got the drummer back there coming up with some nice rhythmic patterns that just hammer home. While they may be simple, yes, but when it comes to the subdivision work and mixed in with the drumming that the drummer came up with, the drum patterns, the rhythmic patterns, man, is it effective. It really is. I could listen to this song as an instrumental and I would have no problem with it. But then you add in the vocalist with her vocal ability, her range, her power, her projection. It sounds great. It really does. Absolutely dug the tune. Easy to follow, easy to emulate, recognizable. The type of song that they could really, sell if they, with the proper backing, with the proper push and support from a record label. I believe wholeheartedly that this band could absolutely do well. They already got some clout by bringing in, Miho and Toki, both of them. You already have, I wouldn't say household names, but you definitely have names that are respected and recognized in the world of Japanese rock, Japanese metal. So I don't see that having any problem or any negative effect on the band. As a matter of fact, it's probably going to help them. And like I said, I'm a fan of both of them, so I have no issue with them coming together and working with this new project. I dig it. I'm glad to see they're both getting work. I'm glad to see that this is the direction the band's going to go, hopefully. I haven't heard the rest of their stuff. I don't know, but this might be a one-off. This might be the only song on the entire album that sounds like this. I won't know until I hear the entire album. So, but in any case, I liked what I heard. And like I said, the riffs they came up with, very easy to follow, very simple, not really all that impressive, but very, very well executed. I did address some issues I did have within the song, primarily the electronica application that there is in the song, the electric drum beats and the synthesizer usage. They're gonna have to use track through their entire song, if they ever play this live. I'm hoping they do, but there's gonna have to be backing track used through the entire thing. As long as they don't lie about it, and as long as they don't pretend to have, some person up there pretending to play a keyboard, as long as they're honest about it and they're forthright about it, I don't have a problem with it. I personally don't. I'm sure people will. I'm sure people will have their gripes. And to those people, I just gotta say this. How many bands have you seen that have used track that pretend and lie about it and have an actor up there pretending to play keyboards or pretending to play violin or pretending to play whatever instruments that they have in the track? That's being deceptive. That's lying. That's them trying to, insult the intelligence of their audience. Now that I don't appreciate. But when you're straight up, you're honest about it, and you say, hey, listen, we're playing live, we have backing track usage, yes, okay? It's absolutely there. It's covering this, and this. The rest of what you hear is us playing live. I have zero problem with that at all. The only other issue I have is with the vocalist. When she got up into that high note, it did, let's be honest, let's be 100% honest. It did get a little pinchy, okay? It did get a little nasally, but having said that, the power was there, the projection was there, the pitch was there. Now, granted, I'm sure Pro Tools came into play. If I had seen this live and heard her do that in a live setting, that'd be a totally different scenario. And honestly, if I had seen a live show with them playing this song live and she sounded just as good as she did here on the album, yeah, score would have gone up. Absolutely. Plus, I'm sure we would have had a visual show that probably would have had a positive impact on it as well. But as it is, we have a studio recording of a song, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I dug the song. This is going to go on playlists. I had a great time listening to this, and I absolutely stand by that 8.1 for the quality of songwriting and execution of the song. So yeah, 8.1, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me. But if you guys feel like doing these things, well, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.